Greetings to you all. In the previous video, we did the network design together and assigned different VLANs to our particular network segments. And today's video, we are going to be configuring this in our network devices. But before we do that, we shall need to have ENSP installed on our computers. So I'll share the link where you download the ENSP and what it requires to run. So in the folder, you'll find this. So this will be the zip file I'll share with you. So in the zip file, you'll find these three. Please don't download the current Oracle VirtualBox, as it will not work well with ENSP. So keep everything as it is. Install these three, then after install ENSP. So hopefully you have installed that and you have ENSP running on your computer. In order to access to pull out these network devices, they're just here. Here you can use this to pick the routers. Specifically, I'm using this or this here in the network setup. Then for the switches, you can use this. I'm using this 500 and this for the access here, then this for the core. Then for these computers, you can access them here. For example, if I need this router, I can just put it here. Then I need this computer, I can just pick it and put it here. Then in order to connect the router to the computer, I just come here, pick the network cable, select an interface on the device, then connect to the computer. Then to start these devices, I will select here in order to remove the cursor from the option of selecting the connecting device. Then I start the device. Simply right click on the device and the device will start. So you have to wait for those green, red lights to turn green. These two dots which are red have turned green. So after they have turned green, your lab will be set up and it will be ready to go. So we can continue with our configurations and start our configuration as they come up. So we are going to start by configuring our core switch one. So we are going to start by giving this particular network equipment their names, assigning them names in the system configuration. So this is our core switch one. So I use system view. I'm going to use a privilege, then SIC name. So you can type the first three letters of the command, then you use tabs, then it will complete for you. So this is 401. As you see, it has turned up, so I think we can stop that. We right click to stop that. And good, you're good to go. You'll be here. When you double click on it, it will be opening the terminal. So system view, then this is core 02. So I'll utilize this in order to have my network devices opened and arrange them accordingly. So I'll open access 1 and access 2. And now I have them here. So I've finished to name this. So we shall go to access 2, system view, then access 01, system view, access 02. So we are going to create our particular VLANs. As you can see, I've put the network here as we design it and I've tried to keep the color coding the same as in the video last shared. So in order to create these all VLANs at the same time, we use a command called, when you use it alone VLAN, you create one particular VLAN, but if you need to create all of them at the same time, we add a command called batch. So 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Then I'll change to the particular VLAN and give them a simple description. So this is a description. This is a service desk. Quit, then I go to VLAN 20 and I'll give it also a description. This is manager and accountant. And then I'll come to VLAN VLAN 30 description. So description, this is our camera. Then quit, go to VLAN 40 description. This is for IP phones. Unfortunately, we don't have IP phones in ENSP, but we shall configure the network. Then wireless for our robot, that's VLAN 50. VLAN 50 description. This is wireless access. Robot access. So we have to configure all VLANs on this all network devices. So I'll just create, but I'll not put the description. VLAN batch 20, 30, 40, and 50. Done. Then VLAN batch 20, 30, 40, 50. Then access layer 2. Here I need only one VLAN, right? Because we are using the access switch to access only the IP camera network, that is VLAN 30, right? Right. So we are going to create layer 3 interfaces for this particular VLANs. So that's layer 2, and we are going to be configuring this layer 3 interface with the different gateways for the different VLANs. So shall do interface. In order to create a layer 3 interface, here we do interface vlanif, VLAN interface, then we put the VLAN ID. For example, this is 10. Then here we are able to assign an IP address, that is 192.168.100.1. Subnet mask is 27, that is for the service desk network. Then we go to interface vlanif 20 IP address 192.168.100.33. This is for the manager network. Subnet mask 27. Then interface vlanif 40 IP address 192.168.100.97. 96 is our network, so we cannot assign it to. Then interface, we cannot assign it to an interface. So this is interface VLAN 50. Oh, I missed VLAN. Interface vlanif 50 IP address 192.168.100.129. Subnet mask is 24. So with that, we can say display IP interface brief to display 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing out VLAN 30. Why am I missing it? So I do interface VLAN 30, vlanif 30 IP address 192.168.100. I think that's 65, right? Yeah, and then the network mask is that. If we do now display IP interface brief, all our VLANs are there, and there are particular VLAN layer 3 interfaces. So in order to be able to access these interfaces, these particular layer 3 IP addresses from other switches, we have to configure this port connecting the access that is going to be accessing this layer 3 interface as its gateway as a trunk. So you have to configure this as a trunk in order to can allow all the VLANs that are going to be used by people on this access switch 1 in order to access the particular different network segments and services that we shall be using this simple customer service center. So we have to configure this as a trunk. So I'll come to this particular interface vlan, interface gig 004, right? Is it gig 04? Now to check the interface, I can just hover over it. Yes, it's gig 04. Then we change the port link type trunk, then port trunk allow pass, then we shall give our VLANs, that is VLAN 10, 20, 40, 50. Am I right? Because these are the only services we have here, not having IP phone 10, 20, 40, and 50, right? So we are good to go. Immediately they'll come up. So if we do, before they were down, display IP, the IP interface brief, except for 30, which is not yet being accessed from this particular switch, but we shall also turn it up. So this is also gig 001 interface. We have to also to change it into a trunk in order to access different network through it. Interface gig 001 port link type trunk, then port trunk allow pass VLAN. You got 10, 20, 40, and 50, right? Yes. You need to assign in there the interface there. So this is Ethernet 005 and this is Ethernet 006. These are in the interface Ethernet 005. Ethernet 005 is in this network, so we shall go and change this port link type. We're going to change it access to access, then port default VLAN 20, which is our VLAN for the manager and accountant, then quit. Then we go to interface Ethernet 006, which is also in this section for the accountant. This right here, yes. Port link type access, then port default VLAN 20. So basically with that configured, if we assign an IP address in this IP range, as we shared in the previous video, remember we shared the broadcast and the range of the addresses that will be assigned. For example, we're going to assign this here, one IP address here, 192.168.100. Remember our gateway is 33, so we're going to give this 34, and we're going to give our subnet mask 255.255.255, then 224. So basically, if the configuration is right, we should be able to ping that. So it is pinging. That means ping 192.168.100.33. It's working fine. So if we assign also another IP address in the same network range here, 192.168.100.35, 255.255.255, and the 224. So we should be able to reach this and also our gateway. Remember, this is 3.4 and the other one is 3. This one is 3.5. So we should be able to ping 192.168.100.34, which is our neighbor here. This manager should be able to talk to the manager, and we should be able to talk to the gateway in case we need want to get to, in order we need to get to other, sorry, it's wrong. Why isn't it allowing the configuration error? 1 minute. 192.168 should be able to ping. Okay, let us check our configuration. Here comes the manager is pinging. Okay, so this one is not able to ping. Let us check. That means there is an issue with our configuration. Okay, I'm going to check that out here on the access switch. This is Ethernet 6. So Ethernet 6 port default VLAN is VLAN 20. Here it is configured. Why isn't it pinging? 192.168. It's getting the timeout still. I don't know why it is able to ping this and not able to ping the gateway, because they are all in the same network and they're not connected directly. Hmm. Thirty-four is this. Not 30. No, I don't know why it is doing that, but the manager is able to ping the gateway, which is this. But the accountant, seems there's an issue with NS3. Or I configured something not right. 192.168.35.100.35. Yes, should be able to ping. Oh, I didn't apply. Okay, 192.168.100.35 255.255.255.224. Apply, ping. Oh, so I not applied, so now it is pinging. So you have to apply. I don't know why I didn't apply, because now we're good to go. So now it is able to ping. So that was some error. I had to apply the configuration before I can ping. So that's why it couldn't ping the gateway. So traffic is coming from here, coming through here until it reaches here. We can do a simple Wireshark on this. Check out traffic as it's going through. This is gig 04. So we use this on the core switch 1, and we listen for traffic here and we start the capture. So Wireshark is going to talk. So this is the user of Wireshark. So we are going to see our pings pass through the network until they. So I'm going to do a ping and we are going to keep monitoring that. So we're going to ping. Let us give them some good count. Which send 1000 pings. Is it saying wrong? Am I giving it be able to give me 10,000 pings? I need valid options. I don't know why it's doing that, but it should be able to give me. Need it capital C and 10,000 pings. What I do it? Okay, let us go with 4. I don't know why it's doing that, but I needed it to continue giving me pings. So as you can see, we are getting and stop capturing and we analyze. So as you can see, we're getting a ping from this source, which is 335, which is our accountant IP address, the gateway, which is 33, and also the accountant was sending back from 33 to 35. So that means everything is working fine. So basically that's what you use Wireshark for. You can stop saving, you can go ahead and use it. So basically that's how we do there. Also for the rest of the network. For example, this is the service desk network. This is interface Ethernet 00 Ethernet 001. So we're going to change the port link type to access. Access, then port. Then we change the default VLAN for the port to VLAN 10, which is this for the service desk. So this is also shall test for 2 devices. Then you can go ahead and check with the rest of the devices to port link type access, port default VLAN. We change the default VLAN of the port. This is untagged traffic. This is VLAN 10. So remember, this is in this network range. So I'm going to assign an IP address of 2 here. So I should be able to ping the gateway 192.168.100.2, not 1. So the network mask is 255.255.255, then 224. Don't forget apply. So if I do ping, should be able to ping the gateway is at .1, right? So it's also working fine. That means our configuration is working fine, right? So we can go ahead. So as you can see, we are having multiple links. So we are going to configure this. This is going to be we call it an Eth-Trunk, and we are going to set the number of active links to 2. Then one is going to act as our standby. So basically, you may be having different services that you're using in this simple customer service center from headquarters, coming in from different routers. So, and you maybe need to forward traffic through one particular router and forward, for example, voice from the ISP in router 1. Then also this router 1 acts as a backup to this router 2 that is getting the rest of the services from the headquarters. So basically, you're going to configure this in order to load balance traffic between these. For example, you may be sending in a lot of traffic, and the one link may get congested, but with configuring this as an Eth-Trunk, we can load balance traffic between 2 active links and one as a backup. So we're going to use the mode of Eth-Trunk, which is called LSCP. So in order to configure Eth-Trunk, We go to system view, then interface, Eth-Trunk 1, then the mode type is going to be link aggregation control protocol static. Then we are going to add our interfaces with trunk port. Remember, these are gigabyte interfaces from 0, 01 to 0003. Sorry, I made a typo here. That's why it has refused instead of 0, I wrote O. Okay. So we're going to change the port link. Remember, I have different VLANs. So port link type trunk, I need to pass through all the VLANs. Then port trunk, allow pass VLAN 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Okay, good to go. So I think that's all what we need to have this Eth-Trunk running. We have set the mode, the link type. Then you have set the port link type to trunk. We have specified the mode. Then we need this to be as the actor, so we're going to change its priority. This, then priority. So the default is that we're going to give it 3. Remember that it has to have a lower priority than the default, so we're going to give it 30,000. 1, 2, 3. So by default the other one will be higher, so this one will take the priority. So with that configured, we are good to go. We can save our configuration here on the core 1. The rest of the configuration we shall do it on core 2. So we shall do the same here on core 2. Shall do system config interface Eth-Trunk 1 mode is LCP, then port link type. Let's first add the ports. Trunk port gigabyte from 0001 to 0003. So we're going to change the port link type to trunk in order to allow all VLANs to go through. Then we're going to change to port trunk allow pass VLAN. Here we have 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. We are good to go. This particular VLAN should have turned up. I don't know why they have not turned up. Display IP interface brief. Actually, they are not there. Alright, we're supposed to configure IP addresses for this particular VLAN's interface. So right now it is acting as an access device. It's not having layer 3 interfaces configured. So to test that, I can simply configure that. As you know, we have our gateway here for the camera network, right? Display IP interface brief. So as you know, this is our camera network on switch 2 and switch 1 here, which is this VLAN 30. So we are going to configure this as a trunk also. Let's do that. Interface gig 006. Okay. Port link type trunk. Then port trunk v allow VLAN. Here we need only VLAN 30. Allow pass VLAN 30. For now we only need VLAN 30. Maybe in the future we shall add other VLANs, but for now we need only VLAN 30. Then we are going to change also this to a trunk, which is Why did I connect that? So I'm going to delete this. In order to delete a line, you come this. I need to delete this. Let me assign it to, so this was 6 previously, and I have a gigabyte interface here, which is this. Let me assign it to 1. Select this, come back here. So system this interface gig 001. So I'm going to change this port link type to trunk, then port trunk allow pass vlan 30. Okay, so since I already have vlan 30 configured here, I'm going to configure an IP address on one of these clients. These ones are supposed to be IP cameras, so I'm going to check here Ethernet 1. So it's supposed to be Ethernet, interface Ethernet 001. Port link type, access, then port default VLAN, supposed to be 30, right? Because it's an interface, it's the only VLAN we have here. So we are going to configure an IP address of 66 here in this. So we should be able to ping the, if not everything was configured right, we should be able to ping the gateway, which is 65, which is in core switch 1. So this is 66. So 255.255, 255.255.255.224. Apply. So we should be able to ping this gateway, which is in core switch 1. Ping 192.168.100.65, right? Yes, so everything is working fine. So our traffic is coming from here, going to core switch 2, then going to core switch 1 where I've configured our gateway for this particular camera network. So everything has been configured fine. You can go ahead and configure all the rest of the configuration. So in the next video we shall be seeing how to configure more of this. So this was simply a basic configuration setup. So we configured this Eth-Trunk. We assigned different VLANs. Then we changed the different interfaces into trunk ports in order to allow VLANs in order to access all VLANs. Then we configured some access ports in order to communicate with our end devices. Then we were able to set different names for our network devices. So in order to save that, we can create this and use just save here, and it will be saved successfully. So in the next video we shall be looking at more advanced topic of this. So this is already just the basic, just here we're just covering the basic. So we shall continue from there in another video. So but let us save this. How we save, we quit and save here. So having saved that, we can call it a day. See you in the next video. So if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing, and let's continue learning and growing together. See you in the next video.